right, if you have a band, well, first of all, good afternoon again. Welcome to Equipped. If you have a band, go ahead and grab it. We're just going to start off with some pass-throughs. One of my favorite shoulder drills to start off with. All right, we're just working around the body, making sure we have some good tension through the shoulders. If you do not have bands, do not fret. You do not need them. Just create tension in the arms, turn those palms towards the sky, and work some nice, solid arm circles with some intent. All right, nice and controlled. You don't need to keep up with me. Making sure you're feeling a little bit of that tightness being challenged in the front of the chest, anterior part of the shoulders. Maybe one or two more passes. Wonderful. Let's toss that band off to the side. All right, we're going to go right into my favorite leg drill, which is our hinge, squat, double lunge. Y'all know this one well. So find your athletic stance. Give me a nice strong hinge. Punch those hips back. Stand nice and tall. Give me a deep squat. Pulling hips down. And now give me a double lunge. Each side lunges. And now we're going to go 4 more rounds of that. Strong press of the hips. Strong pull down of the hips. And then that double lunge. Working through this at your pace. Strong in that press, pulling those hips down, double lunge, feel the hip flexor open up, challenge that ankle mobility, all of that stuff Joe knows so well. If you're with me, you've got 1 more round. If you're still wrapping those up, that's absolutely fine. All right, y'all know me, I like to use part of the warm-up actually going over the movements. So please don't just watch me pick up a weight and go through these movements with me, making sure that we feel nice and strong in today's workout. All right? So for right now, if you have a moderate kettlebell or dumbbell, go ahead and grab it. All you need is one. So our first combination today is going to be a pretty taxing one. We're going to split the body in half, as far as upper and lower. We're going to work a single arm ground to overhead. Why I'm calling it a ground to overhead is I'm going to leave it up to you how you want to get that weight from ground to overhead. If you want to clean it, press. If you want to snatch, I know some of you worked snatches last week with Matt. However you want to get that weight from ground to overhead is fine with me. All right, I'm going to work a clean and press today. So I've got my kettlebell between my feet, nice athletic stance. And when I pull, I'm going to do a side view of this. When I pull that kettlebell towards my body, I'm thinking about like a row. I would do that one again, in case you do have a kettlebell. Then I'll pull it towards the chest and rack, and you're going straight overhead. Back down, going 3 reps, ground to overhead. All right, let's go and switch sides. Quick just tutorial if you are working the snatch. All right, same thing, you're just not stopping. So nice athletic stance, a little bit prouder in the chest. Snap those hips forward, and you're punching through that kettlebell or through that dumbbell. Okay, going 3 reps on my left side. Ooh, actually did a clean press there. All right, but all you're doing is working to get that weight from ground to overhead. All right, our pair with that is going to be our split squat. I'm going to go with the goblet hold today. I'm going to work with 1 kettlebell. I'm going to bring it towards my chest. You can go with the handles or the horns, or you can take that ball wrapped around the hand, pick a leg that goes back. You're going to stay in that position for those 45 seconds. I'm just going to work 3 reps here right now, if you're with me, and then switch it out. Going 3 reps. This is our split squat, aka stationary lunge. Much more like a squat. It's going to burn out that quad a whole lot more. All right, our next combination. Let's go ahead and find our push-up position. Again, you're with me. We're moving. We're just doing 3 strong push-ups. Pulling down, driving up, pulling down, driving up, down, up, and let's make our way back up to a standing position. We're going to partner that one with a tactical lunge. So you either have dumbbell or you have kettlebell. Let's go right hand. If you're working either of those dumbbells or kettlebells, I like to grab the outside of the handle. So hopefully you can tie up the outside of that horn. My right foot stepping back. I'm passing under, standing tall, left foot, right foot. Let's go 3 on each side, 6 total. All right, just a quick reminder on this one. You go and pause. You're always passing towards the inside of your leg, at least in today's class. So my right foot steps back, I pass to the inside of my left, then my left foot steps back. And why I'm really beating that one in, because I don't want it to turn into a figure 8, where that kettlebell is just going wherever it goes, okay? All right, we're working 3 rounds of that one, so chest is going to get a good workout today, as well as those glutes. Last but not least, is one of my favorites. We're going to finish off with a Z press. So let's go ahead and have a seat. Again, you're with me. I'm going to give you some options here. You can either go with legs separated so you have a little bit more of a base, or you can take those legs side by side. But either way, they're going to be straight out in front of the body. I'm going to rack my kettlebell or my dumbbell, doesn't matter, or cinder block or small child, whatever you have. All right, and we're going to press straight overhead, pulling down, 3 reps, down, 3rd rep, down. Let's go and switch sides, left side or opposite side, whatever you did just work. 3 strong reps, and relax. The Z press starts off pretty easy if you have a moderate weight. It gets very challenging very quick, and you might realize it's very hard to cheat in this position. You can't use a hip thrust. There's really not much of a bounce. So you got to rely on that strong belly and that strong press all the way through. All right? So you know our movements. This show on the road. Start off with that single arm ground to overhead. We'll go a little bit heavier. We're working each side. My ask for you is to start non-dominant side. So whatever side you just thought about starting off with, go with your other side. All right? I'm going to go left side first. 2, 1. Go with that clean. Press. First round, I'm going to go clean and press. You can work the snatch. You can work a bicep curl to a press. Whatever your level of experience with this movement dictates is what you're working. Use those hips, especially if you have a challenging weight. Make sure we get that full press so that bicep's getting to that ear. You press all the way through. 10 more seconds. Three, 2, and relax. 15-second breather. Again, we're working 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. That's our transition time. Big breath. Going to dominant side. All right, your stronger side's up next. Athletic position. Let's work. Either working clean to press. Next round, I'll go with more of a snatch, just to demo that one again. So again, if you're working the clean with a kettlebell, don't think about flicking that kettlebell over top to get to a rack position. Think about pulling it towards the body. So I got my left side just a demo. I'm pulling it straight to my body, and then I'm catching. All right? 10 seconds. A lot of people tend to pull it up, and that's where you get that flick. That's where you get that banging of the wrist. 2, 1, relax. All right. Split squat coming up. All right. That's our stationary lunge. It's going to feel much more like a squat from the side it looks like a squat. All right. Let's try to pick the side that you think is weaker. All right. So I'm going to go to my rack position up front. My right foot's going back. Split squat. Let's work. So my weight, my body is staying over center mass. I'm pressing through that front heel. Whether you have shoes or you're barefoot, you're pressing through the toes as well. Feeling that even distribution through that foot. 15 seconds left. It is Squat-tober in case you didn't know that. So of course we had to put a little extra emphasis on our squats today. 3, 2, and relax. All right, remember which side you just did. You want to set that weight down for a moment you can. Big breath. You shake it out. All right. Going back to that rack. My left foot's going back this time. Challenging my right side. Let's work. So some quick call outs on this movement. All right, so you're seeing a side profile right now. Keeping my weight, my center mass. I'm trying to go straight up and down. From the front, my knees are not collapsing inwards, especially that back knee. Everything's staying in line. Keeping those hips involved. 12 seconds. Then we're going back to that ground to overhead. We have 2 rounds in this combination today. 3, 2, and relax. All right. Again, you can work clean and press, bicep curl, that dumbbell to a press. Whatever you need to work at to make sure you're going from low to high with that weight. All right. 3, 2, let's work. So last round I went with the clean and press. This time I'm going more of a true snatch. Staying a little bit more vertical in the chest. Snapping through the hips. And I'm following that kettlebell all the way to the sky. This is more of the advanced options. So whether you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, 3, 2, and relax. I know we don't have a lot of time to really work on technique, but if you are working that kettlebell, make sure it spins around your hand. And when you finish that punch position, your thumb is pointed back towards that wall behind you as much as you can. All right, switching sides. Let's work. Again, you're picking a format, a movement that works for you. It could be a bicep curl to a shoulder press. Could be a clean and press. Could be a snatch. If you're going all the way to the ground, you're trying to get that weight back between the feet with every rep. 3, 2, and relax. Done with your ground to overhead today. All right. We're moving back to our split squat. If you're with me, your right foot's going back first. My left side's feeling a little weaker these days. All right. Find my comfortable rack position. Right foot is back. Let's work. So what's the difference between this and a lunge? This targets the quads a whole lot more. You're going to feel that burn in the front of the leg compared to the tactical lunge that we're going to do shortly. It's much more glute and hamstring, especially how we're going to work through it today. Both similar movements, different emphasis. Three, 2, and relax. You have time to set that kettlebell down, that dumbbell down, that center block. Don't forget we have push-ups and tactical lunges coming up after this next set. A chance to get nice good work today, that 45 seconds under tension. All right, let's wrap it up. Switching sides. Let's work. You're nice and strong. You're paying attention to that back knee, making sure it's not collapsing in. Breathe with every rep. Your weight dictates your tempo. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. All right. Push-ups, tactical lunge coming up. I'm going to clear this notification. Computer likes to always remind me that I should be teaching. That's right. All right. Push-up position. We got 3 rounds here, so if you pace yourself, set up strong. Let's work. Your tempo. You feel a little crazy today? You can take a plyo. Go as long as you like. All right, can you drop those knees? Drop those knees, bring those hips with you. All right, what I mean by that is don't leave that bottom behind you on your knee push-ups. Okay, this really does a lot of work on the shoulders, stresses out the neck. Still bring those hips with you, even if knees are down. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. We're making our way back up. So we're getting back to that tactical lunge. If that pass through is just too much for you today, it's Monday, you've already had too many meetings, just hold on to that weight and give me reverse lunges. All right? We want quality before quantity. Let's work. Passing under if you can. And emphasis on the glutes and hamstrings. So to come, as we let that chest come forward a little bit, working that little extra hinge in the hips. Fighting for that depth, staying strong through the hips. You're not letting your knees collapse. Three, 2, and relax. All right. Push-ups coming back up. These are going to be two pretty taxing rounds coming up. All right, heart rate should be up. Push-ups are going to get tougher, so pace yourself. Big breath. Let's work. I'd rather you take a breather if you hit fatigue and you get sloppy, and then join back when you can, than giving me sloppy reps. Third of the way through. So if you feel like you're all over the place already, take a breather, drop the knees, shake it out, and get right back at it. 2/3 of the way through. Four, 3, 2, and relax. Breathe. All right, we're at that midpoint of class. Heart rate should be up. Fatigue might be rearing its ugly head. We gotta breathe, we gotta settle in, we gotta stay strong. Keep that quality. Let's work. Exhaling as you drive through that heel. Helps to activate the pillar, activate the core. "15 seconds left." I did mention we had 3 rounds of push-ups and tack lunges today, right? So we got 1 more of each. We're feeling them. 3, 2, relax. And then we're going to finish off with those Z presses. Those Z presses are going to be much more acute. They're going to target an area less taxing metabolically, but really fatigue out those shoulders. All right, big breath. Push up, final round. Let's work. Actively pull yourself to the ground. Get those lats to help you out. You're halfway through. Almost there, 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, relax. All right. If you are at fatigue right now, get ready your weight, give me good quality reverse lunges, okay? Let's open those hips up. But if you can, final round, tactical. Let's work. So again, after this, we're going to spend the last 4 minutes of class in a seated position, working our Z press. So whether you have dumbbell, or even if you have bands, it is an opportunity for you to use bands, if that's more appropriate for your workload. "15 seconds. Tactical lunges and push-ups are one of my favorite supersets they get the job done. You can do 10 minutes of this, and you're gonna have a good workout. 3, 2, relax. Woo! All right. So again, we'll give you some options. You can go wide base, strong belly. Go narrow, but either way, your rack, you're pressing. All right, let's get set up. Non-dominant side first. Let's work. You don't have to go super fast here. Quality movement. Working that breath. Going back to a rack position with every rep. So whether you are working dumbbell, backpack, whatever you're working with, it comes back here. Woo! And time. Woo! Oh, next round's gonna hurt. Again, fatigue, not failure. All right. Big breath. Rack it up. Opposite side. Should be dominant side now. Let's work. Yeah, I know I touch on the kettlebells a lot because they can be a little bit more tricky than the dumbbells. Dumbbell, just making sure that wrist leads the way. All right, nice and strong through that wrist. The kettlebell, the same rule applies, but I want to see if you can finish off that top position with that kettlebell at 45-degree angle. So you see, my bell is not pointing straight to the ground. All right, helps it to stay stacked over that body a little bit better. 3, 2, and relax. Woo! One more of each, and we are done. What a shoulder day. All right, we're racking. Non-dominant side. Last set on this side. Let's work. You're nice and tall through the head. Pace in yourself. I want you to finish up this set strong.
Sorry, I missed that. Could you say it again, please?
No, Siri, turn off. Big brother's always listening.
I didn't get that. Could you
Oh,
say it again?
gotta love technology.
Technology.
No, I didn't tell you to look up technology. And rest. Oh. All right. Gotta love it. Rack it up, opposite side. Let's finish strong. Work. This is your last thing today. Use that strong exhale. Punch that weight through the ceiling. Finish strong at the top before you find your rack. Eight seconds, almost there. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Great work, great work. Let's come on up to a kneeling position. You can either be half kneel or double kneel. All right, let's go and get our heads up. Let's get off the ground for a moment. I want you to just take a big breath in, open up the chest. Big exhale. Round those arms, or like those fingers press away. You can be half kneel or kneel, wherever you want to be. Let's do that again. Big breath. Big exhale, slower. You're like those fingers press away, breathe normal. All right, if you're already in a half kneel position, stay there. If you're with me, just go and step that left foot forward. We're going to come onto a half kneel. We're going to squeeze to that right glute, or whichever leg is back. Squeeze to that glute, open up that hip flexor, and let's rock that body forward. Try to open up where the fold of your pants would be if you're in a seated position. Nice and long from the top of your head through that down knee. And let's switch just for time's sake, but if you feel like you need to stay there longer, stay there longer. You can fire off to that glute of that down leg, tall as you can get from top of your head through that bottom knee. Stay there as long as you would like. If you are staying for strength flow, go recover, go grab some water, maybe get a little bit of a fuel source. Let that chest recover because we are doing push-ups, a variation of push-ups in our next workout as well. The rest of you have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining me.